For this tutorial you will need your selected yarn. I am using this Millimia Naturally Soft Aran, which is one of my all-time favourite yarns, and I'm going to be using a 5mm crochet hook with that. Whichever yarn that you use, check your yarn band and see which size hook it recommends. You'll also need a pair of scissors and a darning needle to sew in your ends. As always, I will leave all the links in the description box below. All you need to do is simply scroll underneath this video, click show more, and all of the information is there. Also, if you like my videos, don't forget to comment, like and share. It really means a lot to me. And also, if you're not subscribed already, click that subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, click the bell button because you'll be notified of when my videos go live. So you want to begin by creating a slip knot, and you can do this in whichever method you prefer. Go ahead and insert your crochet hook, and you're going to start your foundation chain. So the foundation chain is going to be in multiples of 2. So you're going to yarn over and pull through, and yarn over and pull through. So that's 2, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. That's 4. You're going to continue to build that foundation chain in multiples of 2 until you reach the width of the project that you want to make. So a scarf, a blanket, anything that you're making, you want to make sure that this chain is the width of the project you want it to be. So go ahead, pause the video, work your chain in multiples of 2, and I'll meet you back in just a moment. So I have just done a chain. I've chained 26 for my sample piece, and after you've done your chain, you're just going to go ahead and add one more, and this extra chain is to account for a turning chain. So to start row 1, what we want to do is we want to do a double crochet into the second chain from the hook. Remember, I'm working in UK terms, so in the US that is known as a single crochet. So we don't count the one that's on the hook, we skip this first chain and work into the second chain. You're going to insert your hook, yarn over and pull through. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. You want to go ahead and move into the next chain, so insert, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through, and again into the next, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through. You're going to repeat these double crochets all the way along your chain. So go ahead, pause the video, work your stitches, and meet me back in just a moment. So now that you've come to the end of your row 1, you're going to go ahead and chain 2 for row 2 and turn your work. This chain 2 is going to class as a treble crochet. So remember, that's a UK term. In the US that is known as a double crochet. So because this counts as a stitch, we're then going to move into the next stitch, and we're going to do a treble crochet, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, you'll have 2 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. I'll do that again, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to do this in each of the stitches all the way along your row. So go ahead, pause the video, work those stitches to the end, make sure that you're counting the amount of stitches that you're doing, and meet me back in a moment. So I have just completed the end of that row. We're now going to move on to row 3. You're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and then we're going to do a double crochet into this very first stitch and into every stitch all the way along. So again, another really easy row. Go ahead, pause the video, work those stitches, and then meet me back once you're ready. Okay, so we're now ready to move on to row 4, and this is where the pattern is really going to start to be established. So for row 4, you want to chain 2, 1 and 2, and turn your work. So remember, this is classing as a stitch. We're now going to do a front post treble crochet, which is known as front post double crochet in the US, around this very first treble from row 2. So what we do here is you're going to yarn over, go behind that stitch, so you're pushing it forwards, yarn over and pull through. You'll have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, and you've done a front post treble crochet there. So if you just pull this to one side, you can see that this is the top of that line of stitches. So we're just going to ignore the stitch that's behind there now, and we're going to do a treble crochet into the next stitch along. So yarn over, just into the stitch as normal, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to miss this treble crochet from the previous row because we've just gone into the one before, and we're going to go into the next one. So yarn over, miss this treble, and then behind the next one with a front post treble crochet. Just be aware of your tension here, you don't want to be pulling too tight. You want these front post stitches to be slightly elongated so that they're at the same height of the trebles, the normal trebles. So again, we're going to do a treble crochet into the next stitch, and then a front post treble crochet into the next, or around the next. Treble crochet and front post treble, so miss a treble and around that stitch. So you're going to do that all the way to the end. So pause the video, work that process, treble crochet, front post treble crochet, front post treble crochet. Repeat that all the way to the end, and then come back. I'll show you how to finish off this row and move on to the next. So once you have got to the end of your work, you should find that you have 1 stitch remaining, and you're going to go ahead and do a treble crochet into that stitch. And then we can move on to row 5. So for row 5, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work, do a double crochet into that very first stitch, and then a double crochet into each stitch all the way along. So just into every stitch until you get to the very end. So go ahead, pause the video, work those double crochets, and meet me back in just a moment. So once you've completed row 5, you should have the wrong side facing you. We're now ready to move on to row 6. So you want to chain 2 and turn your work, and this is going to be similar to the row where we did the front post trebles. However, this time we're going to do it in the opposite stitches. So as you can see here, we have a front post treble, and then a normal treble, front post treble, normal treble. We're actually going to do our front post trebles around the normal trebles from that row. So this is the first one here. We want to go ahead and do a normal treble into the next stitch, which is actually the top of the front post treble from row 4. And then we have the normal treble, which we're going to do a front post treble around. So we're going to go around that stitch and do a front post treble crochet, and then we're going to go into the top of the front post treble with a treble crochet. We'll move to the next stitch and do a front post treble crochet, and then into the top of the front post treble crochet from round 4, doing a treble crochet. So as you can just see, we're doing it alternatively. So we've got a front post treble crochet here, a front post treble here, and here, and all the way along. So go ahead, work that all the way to the end. I'll meet you back at the end of the row and show you how to finish off and move on to the next row. So from here on out, it's actually going to be a repeat of rows 3 to 6 over and over again until you get to your desired height. So what we would do here is chain 1 and turn, and do a double crochet into each stitch along, and you would do that for this row, and then you would move on to the instructions again for row 4, and it just keeps building and building and building. So rewind the video if you need to get those instructions. Don't forget I have a blog post linked below if you want to get the written instructions instead. I'm going to go ahead and build a few more rows so that you can start to see what this looks like. Okay, so here's what my work is looking like after I did that pattern repeat a further 2 times. And say you've got to the height of the project that you want, what you can go ahead and do is chain 1 and turn and do a row of double crochet just to finish off. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that all the way to the end. Okay, so once you've come to the end, you can go ahead and chain 1 and snip off your yarn and pull that through. And there you have the alpine stitch, which I think is just such a beautiful modern texture. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and share. If you are not subscribed to my channel already, I would love if you hit that subscribe button. And if you are already subscribed, then click that bell button to be notified of when my videos go live. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you again next time. Bye!